Hello, everyone. It is I, Jimmy the Stash, and we are here again for our annual post E3 Let's Talk About Stuff show. And joining me today are my partners in crime from last year. To one side, we have the man who occasionally likes to fly, and he might say y'all every once in a while. He's the country flyboy.
Now, Jimmy, why do you keep cracking the corn if nobody cares?
Well, you know what? I care. That's the secret.
I guess that's what matters.
That's
It's
my
the
secret.
thought
I
that
always
counts.
care about cracking corn. And on the other side, he's a pretty relaxed dude, I would like to say. He's, you could say he's really chill.
Even
Mr.
for a
Chillenium.
millennium.
Yeah, he's chill for a millennium,
Wah,
Mr. Chillenium.
wah. Take a shot,
Cold
everyone.
in here.
But yes, so here we are again. E3. It was a thing. It happened. It was a thing. It happened.
Are you repeating yourself?
No, I'm not. What do you? No,
Glitch in
I'm
the
not.
Matrix.
What do you?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Good man.
But yeah, so as we'll talk about, it wasn't bad. It wasn't like one of our biggest E3s, but we're kind of on the way out, so to speak, for this generation. Except for Nintendo, they're in their own little world, but they've always been in their own little world.
That's okay.
That's why we love them.
Yes.
Yeah, but for the most part, it's kind of winding down. I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing some of these games for the next generation consoles as well as the current generation consoles.
I can guarantee it.
Well,
Yeah,
yes.
so I wouldn't be, that tends to happen though. But yeah, a lot of these games, they're 2020 release dates, and that just so happens to be around the time when the next generation is said to come out. So it's going to be a transition.
Not only is a lot of 2020s, there's a lot of March 2020s.
Really?
Yeah, there are a lot of March 2020.
March is going to be a busy month.
Huh.
Indeed,
I
it
guess
is.
I missed some of those.
But
March
let's,
and April.
Yeah, let's go ahead and jump right in. We're gonna go ahead and start off today with
With
Microsoft.
The big
Yes.
M.
The big M, and we had no word from Sony this year, so Microsoft was pretty unmatched when it came to delivering content
And presentation.
and yes, and presentation, and this was the year that they finally showed off like all of those studios they gobbled up and what they've been working on. So
The Microsoft
They ate 'em.
machine has returned. Remember the
Yeah, 'cause-
.com bubble?
But yeah, like, was it last year they were like, "Hey, we bought up all these companies, just so you know,
It was.
and we'll be doing things with them. Just you wait and see."
Oh, we waited.
We waited, and now we see.
Yes.
Yep. So more Minecraft. That's what we see.
Yes. Exactly.
But we're gonna start out with Outer Worlds. They showed off Outer Worlds, which is the Obsidian game that
It's
we've
New
heard
Vegas.
rumblings of. Yeah.
Spurs.
Yep. It looks pretty darn good. We talked about this a little bit before, and you had mentioned that it looks a little bit like what was it you said it looked like?
X4. It kind of had that X4 feel to me, but it's a freaking space game, so...
Yeah, I just watched the trailer, and honestly, like, so the in the city parts look really cool. It looks, like this futuristic space city with like tons of advertisements. And the outside actually did kind of look a little No Man's Sky to me, the alien landscapes. So yeah, that was a thing. Honestly, I mean, it's Obsidian, and usually the stuff they make is pretty darn good. So I'm very interested.
Yeah, New Vegas is kind of the best of the latest Fallout.
That's what everybody says. I haven't played enough Fallout. Like, I've played casually Fallout, but I don't think I played enough to really make a judgment. I never played that much New Vegas.
I've talked
Never
to
been
people
in.
mostly who played it a lot, and what they talk about is genuinely like, yeah, New Vegas is the best, has the best things all about it, best
Yeah,
story.
a lot of people I
most
know
complex.
tend to agree.
I never even played any of the Fallouts, to be honest.
I actually
Alright.
enjoyed 4, whereas a lot of people were divided on it. But I mean, I could agree with people that it wasn't the same as what Fallout used to be. Of course, Fallout 3 isn't what Fallout used to be, but
Of course not.
you know,
Bethesda's not what Bethesda used to be.
That's
it
true.
was fine. Bleeding Edge was next on our list, and
Bleeding Overwatch.
It's Overwatch minus ranged weapons and Diva.
yeah, it's obviously trying to riff off of Overwatch, and as I was saying before, we're probably gonna see.
I mean,
a lot of these.
Apex is doing Fortnite and Overwatch, so as was Rainbow Six Siege.
But I think a big point to bring up is that they're entitled to, like, I remember when PUBG came out and then Fortnite came out and PUBG was like, they're stealing our idea. Rah! It's like, they're not stealing your idea. They have, like, first of all, you didn't create this. Like, this is not a new thing.
Nope.
Second of all, like, they're entitled to do it, and they just happen to be doing it better. So, I mean, sorry, like, innovate more.
Stop selling up to China.
Yeah.
Stop getting mad about frying pans.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're entitled to try their hand at an Overwatch, and honestly, if they need to have really strong characters, because Overwatch has that down on lock.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
It's gonna be hard to beat Diva.
Like we were saying before, people who don't even play the game still fall in love with the game just because of its characters. And
Case in frickin' point.
Country Flyboy himself.
Yeah, don't play the game. Don't care to play the game. Never have. Probably never will.
Literally
But
in love with
I
Diva.
do like. Yeah, Diva's awesome. Well, she has a mech. What's not to love?
I mean, the mech is pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. No, I mean, I think she's pretty cool. Pretty cool design. But I think a lot of the characters are really cool designs. I mean, they kind of have that Pixar quality to them, and the movies that they make are Pixar quality. So it's just Blizzard did a good job. Bleeding Edge. Let's continue to talk about Overwatch instead.
Well,
but that's basically what it's doing. It looks interesting. It's not like hero shooters aren't really my bag, but it looks like it's worth a shot. But time will tell. It probably won't hold a candle, but maybe it will.
maybe.
Next up, one of the most gorgeous games there, in my opinion.
Ori and the Will of the Wisp.
Indeed.
Utterly gorgeous.
It was pretty.
If you can deal with
it was
spiders.
beautiful. Yeah, that if you have arachnophobia, that may not be your game.
If you have arachnophobia, this may not be your conference.
Yeah, that's true.
That's okay. I have no arachnophobia. Bring them on.
But yes, this game looks gorgeous. I played a little bit of the first one. It was also gorgeous, but this one looks like even more gorgeous, if that was even possible.
It is absolutely possible.
It's a lot of things are possible.
But mostly Ori is possible.
Yeah,
Believe in Ori.
If you believe.
No.
And that
I
game,
don't believe either.
That game made me cry within like the first 2 minutes. The original did, so good times. Good
Spoilers,
times. I can't wait to cry more.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it was literally the first 2 minutes.
Yes. I don't think
I'm not
they're
gonna say
hit,
how.
I don't think they're gonna hit you as hard in this. Like in other games, they're like, "Aha!" Really hit you really hard, like The Last of Us. I doubt The Last of Us 2. Shout out, Shoney's not here.
Yeah.
Last of Us 2 will not hit you as hard as the original hit you. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I haven't cried since Inside Out came out.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
You cried at Inside Out. Anyway.
In the first 2 minutes.
Wow. Moving on.
Very odd, isn't it?
So next up we have Minecraft, which I mean I don't blame them for trying to branch out, because if they released a Minecraft 2, people would be upset, so they really kind of have to keep going on the road they have.
Properly make a Minecraft 2? I really don't think you can.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the thing.
It's a question of what are you going to add?
You can't. It's
like
been updated
Mojang,
so much, you can't add anything.
Like Mojang is basically a slave to Minecraft at this point, and that's if they still enjoy working on it, that's fine. But I also wouldn't blame them for wanting to branch out into something else.
Yeah, which is why Dungeons exists.
But it doesn't look that bad. It actually looks kind of cool. I mean, the art style is Minecraft, but like I would probably play it. It looks kind of cute.
Yeah, it's it's Diablo for the kids, I guess.
Yeah, it's Babby's first Diablo.
Yeah,
but,
and that's fine. Diablo is a great style of game.
But yeah, no, I mean that's basically all there is to it on that. We know it exists, and it's Minecraft.
It's
so.
okay. It'll work. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I for one.
We
enjoy,
also have the Minecraft Go game, not Pokemon Go, but Minecraft Go in the world. So
I'm interested in that. I mean, I actually really enjoy Minecraft. But
it did show up at E3, but it does exist.
I'm kind of a Minecraft hipster, though. I got in on it before it became as popular as it did.
Nice dodge there.
Yeah, I know. But no, I mean, I'd still probably enjoy it regardless if I had actually given it a chance, in its hype.
Yes.
But, because I really do think it's a legit game. It's just unfortunate, like, so many people give games like that crap because they become popular with a certain audience. And that's kind of a shame sometimes, because sometimes games are just good.
Yeah.
So yeah, another thing we had announced was more information on the new Star Wars game.
By
Jedi
Respawn.
Fallen
Yeah,
actually looks good.
Yeah.
it does. It does look good.
I'm pretty excited for that because I think they're going more for a grounded approach to it. It's definitely Jedi, but I mean they're also tying into Rogue One with Saw Gerrera, and they're really diving into it looks like a more grounded kind of game.
I'm cool with the Saw Gerrera thing.
Oh, absolutely. I thought he was underused as a character.
But regardless, to say, I think that that's not a bad choice. I think it might actually turn out to be good, even though EA is involved.
Well, that's the thing.
That's the big kicker.
It is, but at the same time, you look at Titanfall 2, done by Respawn. It's I think also done by Respawn, right? I think Titanfall was not covered in microtransactions. Respawn has been given a lot of leeway to work it their way, so it's not covered in microtransactions. I think there are certainly like loot boxes and stuff, but
they are a relatively new studio to EA, and given EA's track record, they don't like monkeying with it at first. It's usually years later they start killing
you're
things.
right.
Yeah. But yeah, it looks good. It has promise. We've had too many good sounding canceled Star Wars games as of recently. Hopefully this is one of the good ones that actually does come out. RIP Amy Hennig Star Wars.
Yes, indeed. And the whichever one it was, I forget it was just a number. Star Wars, and it was numbers.
Star Wars numbers.
Star Wars numbers.
Coming
learning
this fall.
game for your kid will enjoy.
Coming
Teach
to
them
VTech.
math.
Oh no.
All right. Well, yeah. So that looks good. We don't have a lot of information on it yet, do we?
A nice trailer. That's about it.
Nice
really.
trailer. Yeah. And a lot of these I noticed were kind of just like, here's a small trailer. Have at it.
Well, more lending to the idea that this is very much an in between E3, where we're heading into the next generation.
A lot of in-game cutscene reveals, with not so much gameplay in a lot of these things, but it is what it is.
Yep.
So this next one kind of caught me off guard, but apparently it ended up being a Blair Witch game. This IP is still relevant somehow. I guess.
I heard this being talked about way back when. Like they talked about a Blair Witch game being made, and I thought, how are you going to do this? And after seeing the trailer, I have the same question. How are you going to do this? Is it just going to be like
going
a walking
to hell?
Well, yes, but it's just going to be like
we already have Doom
strange...
for that. Thank you.
We'll get into that. But
well, no, in Doom, hell comes to you.
Not in Eternal, but moving on.
Well, in the DLC, it is.
Yes, but I don't understand how this game works because it looks like a walking simulator, but cameras. And honestly, I kept getting vibes of the Slender game throughout the entire time. I was like, is this Slender?
Yeah, no, I did too. Actually, yeah, it is what it is, and it's not my bag, so. Cool.
I hope people like it.
Yeah,
I
hope it's a good game. But what is most likely going to be a good game is freaking Cyberpunk 2077.
Do you know what,
it
Jimmy?
Looks good.
You're breathtaking.
Thank you, Chill. Thank you. So. Yeah, so they showed a trailer. The in-game cinematics look pretty darn good. I love the aesthetic. I'm a sucker for that cyberpunk aesthetic. Give me that Blade Runner any day of the week. But so we get through the trailer. It looks interesting. I'm on board. And then all of a sudden, out of freaking nowhere, we get none other than Keanu Reeves.
John Wick.
I mean,
Fortnite guy.
Yeah. And caught pretty much everyone off guard, and then what caught people more off guard is the fact that he then came out on stage and awkwardly read from a teleprompter. But, in that cute Keanu Reeves way that everybody loves.
He's a bit wooden, but he's really a cool guy.
Yeah, no, everybody loved it, even though it was very awkward and stilted. But he's still like, you could tell
he straight up said, "Okay, I gotta finish this."
Yeah,
he didn't come out on stage and go, "That's hot."
Yep.
But yeah,
that's hot.
He did he did a pretty good job though. But yeah, obviously he was reading from a teleprompter, doing his best. But it's Keanu Reeves.
I don't know about a teleprompter; it's a preset script. But regardless of that, he did his best, being swarmed orally by people just going like, "I love you, you're breathtaking." He's like, "You're breathtaking, you're old."
Yeah,
he jumped right into that. So good job.
That was a beautiful moment.
Yes,
let's meme that to oblivion. Everyone's breathtaking.
Yes.
So that was really good. Looking forward to that. I want to play it. CD Projekt Red is known for making some freaking amazing content.
I'm going to be the devil's advocate here. I like CD Projekt Red, all in principle. But man, the hype with Cyberpunk 2077 is huge. And last time I watched all the hype for Fallout 4 come along, I thought, I don't know. But everyone said, "Oh man, it'll be good. It'll be good." And look what happened.
Hype is a dangerous game, but I mean, they make quality content.
They do.
It may not live up to the hype. That's the problem. We may reach such a peak that it may not live up to the hype. But there's a pretty good confidence that it's going to be a good game. Whether
CD
or not
Projekt Red is not Bethesda.
You are absolutely correct.
I mean, The Witcher 3 has been deemed a masterpiece by so many people. But, I mean, they can fail just like anybody else. So, yeah, I mean, it is good to play devil's advocate and say, they're not gods.
Manage your expectations. That's all.
Yeah.
I think it'll be good.
For anything.
Look at Witcher 3. Witcher 3 is absolutely a masterpiece. It's still shipped with bugs. That's what happens in every open world game. So, don't look at it perfect as it's going to be perfect. It's going to have flaws. But for as massive a task it is, I still give CD Projekt Red a ton of credit. Even Bethesda making Fallout 4 was huge. So ton of credit for all the work. Absolutely, all the developers really.
Yeah, it wasn't until after Fallout 4 Bethesda really went to crap.
Well, yeah, you're right. You're right about that.
But yeah, moving on. First we had Bubsy rising from the grave. And now apparently we have Battletoads, because that needed to be a thing, right?
Well, they announced it previously, and they said, well, it's coming back, and now it's back. There it is. It's
and that's all we know about it.
It's pretty obviously a 2D indie side-scroller, as the original was, but with the caveat of it having vastly different graphics, playing more like, I don't remember the name of the games at all, but it's that same retro arcade feel with a new slather of paint in the indie art form.
But I've heard a lot of people say that like it was not actually that good of a game, but people just kind of turned it into this meme.
I played it back when I had the Xbox One. I still miss that, having rare replay. I really want that on PC, but I played the original Battletoads, and I had to cheat to get more lives because I went through that tunnel. And that tunnel is awful. So bad.
I've heard.
It's a fun game. It really is fun. But you really have to get good. And I'm definitely not that good. It's still fun.
But yeah, that exists. Now we can call up GameStop again and ask them if they have Battletoads.
Awesome.
Keeping the meme alive.
Oh, yeah.
So next up, this one looked really interesting. A lot of indie games type stuff at Microsoft this year, and this one looked both kind of cute and very interesting.
It looked like I'm gonna have a hard time telling the foreground from the background.
I mean that's it does look that's probably the one criticism I'll give it. It is a bit of a mess as far as visual goes. It's kind of its praise and its fault at the same time. It looks cool, but also it looks very crowded. And
if I had to say anything about it, it's mostly what the design language will tell you, like what it's going to be. Because as with any good design it's as simple as, say, something I learned a while back, where Valve and, well, any developer really, when they want you to go someplace, they put a light. They light the area they want you to go. Simple as that.
Right.
So that's just an example of, for them, doing that game, they have to really do a good job of showing you what to do rather than just telling you. If they just tell you everything, it becomes more of a slog. Like, all right, here we go. Told me how to do it. When it's shown to you, it feels like, aha, I discovered this. Keith's too excited. So for that being an indie-looking title, I really hope they stick to that. Don't jump on tutorials. Let the players figure this out. Really have a shown tutorial, not a told tutorial.
Show, don't tell.
Exactly.
Yeah. And for this next bit, I think we should probably have Country Flyboy do the most of the talking, because this is his kind of thing.
Hey, there's really not a lot to say.
I like it too.
Well, do you have Fly in your name, Chill?
I could. Chillflinium.
Chillflinium.
Flychillium.
Flychillium.
Actually, is that your rap name? Is that your rapper name?
It is now.
Okay, so yeah, after they did some Game Pass stuff, they're rebooting Flight Simulator. Yes. But there's really not a lot to go on with the trailer. I mean, I say this because I'm trying to keep this brief. I got 2 freaking videos where I tear into it. So
they don't show much. Well, okay. So, since we're both going to go off on this, I play Flight Simulator 2.
I'll leave this to you. I'll leave this to you guys.
But yeah, they don't show much. They show how great it looks. It looks incredible. My PC could not handle that. I guarantee it. It already struggles with FSX. That's just because the CPU is old. But it looks really good. They don't show you is that one of the highlighting features of all Flight Simulator games is third-party content. I really want to know, because they have DLC now on Steam for FSX, and that's fine. I fully support their right to make it DLC for it, and it's good quality DLC. But I wonder about third-party content being installed outside of the Microsoft Store or anything else, because the way the Microsoft Store works, it locks you out of the apps. You cannot touch it. So how would you install third-party content? Would it have to go through a verified installer? Does that mean people who release free content can't use the verified installer? That's just questions I have. I don't know yet. They haven't said anything about it. I really, really am excited for Flight Simulator. That's the truth. I want to know more.
I can think of ways they can do the third-party content,
even
absolutely. If they have encrypted the whole thing. Honestly, I could get behind them encrypting the whole thing. But
yeah, that's just what they did with the Microsoft Store, and I don't completely agree with it. I prefer the Steam way of not encrypting it, just having the DLC. Hey, is Steam running?
Well,
no, then you can't run this game.
Knock knock, Jimmy here. Hi.
Hi.
No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no. I mean, Microsoft is actually saying now, and I don't know if this includes Flight Simulator, but they are actually branching out now. They've told people that that they've heard people, and they are going to start releasing their games on a bunch of different stores now.
Yeah. It's not. Well. I'm pretty sure it's not just going to be on the Microsoft Store.
Yeah. Granted, I saw Age of Empires, the regular definitive edition, first Age of Empires Definitive Edition on Steam now for pre-release, and then I don't know if 2 is going to come out, because if I'm going to buy Age of Empires 2 anywhere, it's just going to be Steam. It's just got to be, because the Steam works and having the friends there. I'm going to play Age of Empires 2 online with people. I'm going to get people to play with me, and it's going to look amazing, and it's going to work best through Steam. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
Well.
Oh yeah.
The thing, we need to move on. The thing I really want to point out is how they're doing the terrain in Flight Sim this time. Because
gorgeous.
It's gorgeous. They're taking the current working theory is the satellite image acts as your textures for everything, and then the Azura AI, simplifying this, morphs the terrain around it so that you get real 3D buildings with their actual textures. And Azura is also placing objects and lights and stuff to kind of liven things up. Because you can see in the trailer where the satellite image shows a barge, but they kind of put a trawler over it.
I think the more technical explanation for that is that Azure will be leveraged for, while you're flying around, it will be leveraged for supplying the content to you rather than having it loaded on your
Streamed,
PC. It will stream the terrain to you, and you will fly over that terrain, which would be really efficient for people with good internet.
Yeah. And I wanted to take a second, actually, to talk real quick, because I know you mentioned Game Pass just a few minutes ago. I wanted to talk real quick about Microsoft going all in on Game Pass, because almost every game that they showed had a little ticker tape going across the bottom that said, coming to Game Pass upon release.
And it's $15 to get
they're
many games.
They're now morphing it into an Xbox Live subscription and a Game Pass subscription into like one whole thing, which I think you could still do Xbox. Well, obviously you could still do Xbox Live by itself, and you could do like 60-day if you really want, or I mean $60 year pass if you really wanted to save money. But it's becoming such a good deal that it's almost like, why not just go with Game Pass? And what were you going to say, Chill?
I'm also that they've gone on with Xbox and making it Game Pass and Xbox Live becoming a thing, and throwing PC into that mix. Not forgetting about PC users. I really appreciate that. Which is why
so that way, even
they're
if...
not going to go all in with the Microsoft Store will still be locked down in terms of content. They will still be encrypted because of Xbox Game Pass. But I understand why they have to do that.
Yeah, but it's a really cool idea, because that way, like, they're really starting to realize that, like, yes, we can sell our console. There's always going to be people that want an ease of use scenario. Like, there's always going to be people that don't want to have to configure things and just want to be able to pop a game in and play it. But there are so many people that would rather just play on PC, and that's a sale you could be making. That's a sale you can get, even if it is just a subscription. You know, that's really good. I think companies are starting to realize this, that people are still going to want a console if they just want an ease of use thing, but the people that want PC are, you know, they're a potential buyer.
Yep. Matt Booty,
the best name ever.
He had an unfortunate name.
I was fond of it when I saw it. I was like, "You go,
he
man."
He had a hard time in high school.
I liked it.
Matt Booty. But yeah, so one of the things that was interesting, and a lot of people noticed this, is when Phil Spencer came out on stage, he happened to be wearing a certain type of shirt.
For a certain series.
Had a brain on it.
But yeah, so they came out on stage and brought good old Tim Schafer on the stage to announce that Microsoft was helping them to release Psychonauts 2.
Ta-da!
Which is it's about dang time.
Yeah, well, we're hoping soon. I'm a little worried about that because I don't know. Anytime I hear about a big company buying a small company, I get pretty antsy.
They've already raised a lot of money via their, not Kickstarter, but like they have a thing called Fig, which is like an investment thing.
Yeah, it's more like an investment than a send your money and we'll totally make it.
But we'll not get into the complexities of that. But like they've already raised a lot of money for this game, and they did this years ago, and there's like just went quiet for a long time. People really wondered if if it was going to come out. But with Microsoft backing it, I'm sure it will now. I played a little bit of the first one, never finished it, but a lot of people hold it in high regard, and a lot of people really look to Tim Schafer very fondly for I like Brutal Legends. That was a fun game.
That was fun. A little bit wonky, but fun.
A little bit wonky, but yeah, it was a good ride, especially if you're a fan of Jack Black and or metal.
Yep. Preferably both for most people.
Yeah. I mean, Ozzy Osbourne was in it. That was fun.
Yes. For all the metal fans out there.
Oh yeah, but so moving on, we have another like indie type game, and it looked interesting.
Groundhog Day, the game.
Yeah, 12 seconds. It was definitely very interesting because like we had the guy doing like things, and the woman was like, "How do you know all this stuff? Wasn't that what it was?"
Yes.
Where it kind of seemed normal,
how'd you
and
know
then
I'm
all
pregnant?
of a sudden,
yeah.
Things start to kind of unravel very quickly, and you find out that he's been living the same day, much like Groundhog's Day. And
it's a little bit more dramatic, though, because, hey, the police are at the door, they're going to kill me, and stuff like that.
Something that I would probably try. If it's coming to Game Pass, which I can't remember if it is or isn't, I'll probably check it out. that's the beauty of it. If I want to try something, I could just check it out. Yeah, I actually immediately switched over to, they're calling it like Game Pass Ultimate or whatever, because like I was already doing Gold and Game Pass at the same time. It's like I'm saving money that way.
Yeah.
So, guys, everything is awesome.
Everything
because
really is awesome.
Well, especially when it's Lego and it's Forza and it's cars and it's just it's all goofy and fun and it's Lego cars and you're driving through the British Highlands.
Yes. I'm really excited for this. So Forza Horizons 4 is actually my first experience with Forza.
Forza.
This is Forza.
Moving on.
But no, this is my first experience with it. I haven't had an Xbox since the 360, and I've just recently got one. So this is actually the first time in a long time I've had a horse in this race with Microsoft's conference. So it was a little bit more exciting for me, actually, like being able to play some of these games. And I am really excited to try this. I never really thought I would like this kind of game, but man, I fell in love with just both the really cool like graphics and like realism down to like the absolute nuttiness that it delivers. Case in point, Lego DLC.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Hot Wheels DLC from Horizon 3 was fantastic.
I never got to play because I never got 3, but
it was really cool. Really cool.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's what we have to look forward to for that. And Flyboy, you had something to say about the next game?
State of Decay 2. Really the only thing, it's DLC for State of Decay 2, but it looks like this DLC is taking us back to Trumbull Valley, which was the location of the first State of Decay. I haven't played State of Decay. I gotta rumble in
my trumbles.
Yup.
Yeah. I haven't played the second State of Decay yet. It's on my to-do list. But I have played the crap out of the first State of Decay and have really gotten to know the Trumbull Valley map. And State of Decay 1, it's got decent graphics. I mean, they're not pretty, but they hold up. They hold up really good. So it's gonna. I don't know. I get we're gonna see the whole Trumbull Valley map in HD now. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like it. I kind of like the toned down graphics of the first one. I like going back to Trumbull because Trumbull Valley was basically where me and Jimmy live in game form. So it was pretty neat to be experiencing zombies running around.
The zombie apocalypse happened at home.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, so I have nothing to add. I never really played State of Decay 1 or 2.
It's one of those games that me and you need to play together.
Yeah, that'd be entertaining.
That would be. But
it's a game where sound matters. Moving on.
And
so guys,
have you seen Game of Thrones lately? And do you know anything about Miyazaki films? Do you like both of those people? Well, here's a game for you.
I don't think we're talking about that kind of Miyazaki, chill.
I know.
I like Miyazaki and indifferent to Martin.
Was it
Hidetaka?
I can't.
Hidetaka Miyazaki.
But yeah, so we're getting a new super hard game.
Yep.
We're getting a new software from software game, and
I don't know if it's from.
It is from software.
It is from. Okay, I put that in there as a joke. I didn't know if it was actually from them.
Yeah, no, it's from software, and it's a collaboration with George R.R. Martin, and
everyone's
it's probably going to be hard as balls. But yeah, I don't. Elden Ring is the name of the game. And it's going to be from software, so you can guarantee that you're going to die just like everyone else.
In George R.R. Martin.
It's going to be hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, after that,
probably going to be permadeath.
We have like a very few quick details on the very next Xbox console. It's looking really similar to the PS5 in specs, at least from what they're talking about.
Sounds a lot like the current generation.
Yeah.
You have specs? I hadn't seen any specs.
Not specs to speak of, but they did quickly say that they're going to try and support 8K, and it's going to ship with an SSD. Basically the same things that Sony are saying,
and
with
it's
their
AMD
console.
still, stuff like that.
Yeah, so no like absolute specs. There was no flops mentioned this time around.
Not flopsy.
Lack of flops.
I want to know about the flops.
But 120 FPS, boy, I tell you what.
Yeah, now if they deliver with all this stuff,
confirms that it's going to have VR.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be that would be ideal. But yeah, so it's codenamed Project Scarlet. So if they don't release a day one machine that is the color Scarlet and says Scarlet Edition, I will be very
It has Scarlett
very
Johansson
disappointed.
on the body.
Yes, do it, Xbox.
It better
Do
be painted red.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah,
Red
it better
in
be,
your
it better
ledger.
be.
Anyway. Also,
Yeah,
with
so-
They should
launching
get
with
Scarlett
Scarlett.
Johansson to voice the freaking voice interface. It's
No,
gonna happen.
please stop it. They didn't get
It'll be like
whatever
the
her
movie
face
Her.
for Cortana, so that's just not going to happen. Anyway, launching with said Scarlet is Halo Infinite. We got to find out.
Ooh. We're really bad at naming things, just like every other video game company /
Yeah.
technological company. So we're
Infinite.
just gonna break tradition.
We can't call it Halo 6. We've already had 5
No.
Halos.
But it is Halo 6, so
It is. Well, in
That's-
terms of
that's a
mainline,
thing.
yes.
Now, wait a minute. Wasn't Halo Infinite a movie?
What? No, it was not.
no.
What was that one movie
They had
that
multiple.
tied in with Halo, with the big ship? It had that one girl from the Merlin TV show.
Yeah, you lost me.
I can't remember. There's been a couple.
I know if I know if
It was the live action one.
I know of that
where they
one.
were at school.
Yes, I know.
They were
that.
at a school, got invaded. You didn't see the aliens that much.
It wasn't
Yeah, I
called.
They all
remember
got
that one.
rescued by the big ship that wasn't the ship in the fucking.
It wasn't called
And,
Infinite.
It was something with an I though.
It
Wasn't
was, but we're
Infinity.
no. It
I
doesn't
can't
matter.
remember.
It doesn't
fine.
matter. You're right.
It's fine. But yeah, so Master Chief is big, as we know,
Yes.
compared to like normal people. Ring is broken.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
that's really all we know.
Well, no, we know a
What?
lot of stuff about it. It's going to be a soft reboot because they take what they did with Halo 4 and 5. They're like, all right, we're going to take what we did with that and not do that. Because you notice the armor is way more reminiscent of the original Halo for whatever
That's
reason. It looks like the Mark IV armor or Mark V armor, whatever the case.
Mjolnir.
Mjolnir. Yes.
But yeah, so that's gonna be launching with Scarlet.
And probably also
Can't wait
on
to play
Xbox.
that. Can't wait to play that on 122 frames or 120 frames.
122, specifically 122.
122.
Well, I mean, 30 isn't really 30. It's 29.9.
Shh, don't
Yeah.
worry about it. That's only if you're talking about broadcast television. But anyway,
Yeah,
how would
but
you
yeah,
rate the
that's-
Microsoft conference overall? We got through everything.
I would give it 8 Keanu out of 10 Reeves.
That's pretty accurate. You're
Quick,
breathtaking.
quick addendum though. Quick addendum. The system is scheduled to come out Christmas of 2020.
Yes.
A lot of
Not-
2020s this year. A lot of
Well,
Yes,
it is
a
kind
lot
of
of
next
20s.
year, and this is kind of the end of the generation. So yeah, everything is going to be 2020.
An end of the generation that was the reboot generation. Nothing but reboots and remakes.
So
Yes and no.
So moving swiftly on to Devolver, which we'll only really talk a couple of minutes on.
Did
because,
anyone but me even watch it this time? Because the last time y'all didn't.
I have watched the previous two. I didn't watch this one. I really need to watch it because I know there's a tie-in.
Yeah, I didn't. I actually didn't watch the previous ones, but I did watch this one, and I could tell. Yeah, it was like a continuation. I'm very surprised that. Well, I'm both surprised and not surprised that E3 allows them to do their conference, because literally their conferences are nothing but just making fun of E3 and the video
That's
games
because
industry.
they're not really doing it part of E3, but
Yeah.
I love the Devolver conferences.
Somehow.
This one
Go
wasn't
on.
as good as the last two. Still fun to watch, though.
Like, somehow they managed to totally, like, I guess because it's under parody, but they pretty much entirely ripped off all of the assets for the Nintendo Directs in this one.
maybe.
So the whole, like, premise is that, like, they're saying that, you know, live presentations are old hat and everybody's moving to video formats now. It's a little more complicated than that, but if you want to watch it, go watch it. It's very much not kid friendly. It's very gory and
It is not advertiser friendly.
No.
no.
I love it for that.
There was a hilarious lack of a ton of language for comedic effect, and I actually enjoyed that.
Yeah.
there was still language, of course, but like the whole running joke was that she was trying to curse and only able to say the approximate words,
the kid-friendly words.
Yes.
And honestly, I kind of find that more hilarious in my opinion, but
done in that way, it is.
Yeah. When done correctly, I think that's hilarious. But yeah. So basically, the entire thing was them riffing, like just joking around about how everybody thinks that like E3 is like obsolete and we should be going to video formats, and so they do that, and everything turns into chaos. And yeah,
it was good. It was funny. Nina Struthers is still best girl and my future wife.
The thing is, they didn't really announce that many games. It's actually just more I feel like it's more of them just having fun than it is actually like announcing games.
Definitely is.
It is.
Which is why
that's what I would do if I had an E3 conference. I'd just rip.
You
on
talk
everybody.
about Nina Struthers?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
It'd be the Nina Struthers fanboy conference.
Oh boy.
The Nina Struthers / Diva fanboy conference.
Yes, and throw Chihaya in there for good measure.
But yeah, so that was basically Devolver. It wasn't even that long. It was a very quick conference, and it was just it's basically the Devolver cinematic universe at this point.
Yeah. The DCU.
The DCU, but not the
DCEU. We got rid of the E.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So I guess we can move on. Like I said, there's not that much to that one, so we can go swiftly on to Bethesda.
Oh, you're awake.
Oh, you're finally awake, eh?
Hey, guess what? We're not releasing Skyrim, actually. Gotcha.
Yeah, a significant lack of new IP. A little. They had some.
A not insignificant lack of ticking everybody off.
Oh
yeah, a lot of their stuff. Well, the crowd went wild for it, but the
crowd stacked of fans.
Oh yeah, that's very true, and they probably gave them a lot of alcohol too. So
that does help.
But yeah, no, a lot of it was just add-ons to stuff that already exists. There wasn't a lot of new IP. They did not mention the new. Well, okay, so Todd Howard did mention that they were working on, their new IPs, the new one that they were working on, and the next Elder Scrolls game. He also entered. So what I thought was really funny is that they started off with a sizzle reel of all of their fans and how much their fans mean to them, and the fans keep them in check, which was a hilarious nod to the fact that they sucked it up with Fallout 76.
Yeah.
And then they come out and Todd basically kind of apologizes for 76 and was like, "Hey, you guys told us what you thought, and that's great. Thanks, guys."
You could hear it in his voice.
Yep.
Yes. So he definitely apologized and then proceeded to announce that they're doing a battle royale mode for 76 because that's what everybody wanted.
Apex
Fallout. I think he
was
was halfway expecting tomatoes to start flying.
It's a little bit of a cringe.
I mean,
yeah.
The one reaction that I hear from the most people is that the combat system in 76 was not refined enough for this to be a good idea.
Yeah.
The gunplay is not strong enough to really have a function. I mean, it'll be fine, I guess, but it's but hey, guess what, guys? We're also getting NPCs. That's a big addition. That is a revolutionary new feature, right, guys?
Yes.
Yep, totally new. No game's ever done that before.
Yeah. So, the one thing they touted as being the most unique aspect of their game is now a thing of the past because we're adding NPCs, which I mean is probably a good thing. I'm not crapping on them for doing it. It's just really funny that they're now adding them as DLC.
Yeah. Fallout 76, where you play to get a game. Wait a minute. Where you pay to get bits and pieces of a game, where literally every other game has this out the box, even the crap ones.
Yeah, but how about those really nice canvas bags, though, guys?
Oh, yeah, I love nylon.
Yeah.
Anyway, don't worry about it.
So moving on, we got they announced Ghostwire Tokyo.
This one actually looked really good, and this one had the lovable person from E3 this year. Did you remember her?
Yes.
Oh, the
Ikumi.
yeah.
She won E3 this year. Probably one of the only things about Bethesda's conference that was good was her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is a close contender for best girl with Nina Struthers.
It was really cute, and the game looks pretty good. I forget a good bit about I kind of.
You know those movies where the rapture happens and everyone that gets
Oh,
taken,
that's it. Yeah.
they have their
I forgot.
clothes is left behind. It looks like that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I was trying to think because I can't. My eyes kind of glossed over at the Bethesda one. I'll be honest. But yeah, no, that one did actually look really fascinating. I was interested in that one. And of course they're bringing back everybody's favorite guy.
Commander Keen. That was a really good song.
It was
I could
pretty
listen
entertaining.
to that song. And you know what? I'm a bit sad because that trailer was actually quite good. If you make a game with that kind of art style, I could get behind it, even if it is a Commander Keen game. They did not do that.
What was really sad? So it is just gonna be a mobile game. So
Free to play,
see.
mobile. Oh God,
Yeah.
oh God, no. Oh God, why? God help us all. God, no. God.
Please stop.
The funny thing, the sad thing about it, and I mean, I'll admit, I'm a pretty young guy. I didn't really have much experience with Commander Keen.
I have never played a single one.
I've heard about it through various, internet.
The only bit I know
that.
of is what we see on Lazy Game Reviews channel.
Oh yeah. He likes covering that kind of stuff. I enjoy watching his videos as well. But it was kind of sad because I was watching the GameSpot coverage of Bethesda's conference, and at the very end they do their little recap, and everybody there that they're probably even younger than I am, and they were like Commander Keen, and everybody's like, we don't know what that is. We're too young. Let's move on. This is crap. Let's go.
That's not helped out by the fact that Commander Keen has not had the best games outside of the DOS ones.
Yeah, it's really funny. I find it sad that again, like I said, I don't really know that much about it, but they were just like, "What is this? I'm old or I'm young."
You know what? If you were going to reboot Commander Keen, that art style would really work, but you need to have an actual game there.
Mm-hmm. There might be.
This. Because it looked, as art style wise, at least with the trailer, it looked good.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it does look good.
So
gameplay wise, kill it with fire.
Oh no.
So the next game that I actually want to talk about that we don't have on our list, but that I remember that we actually mentioned earlier, I can't remember the name of it. I'm looking for it right now, but it was the Deathloop. That's what it was called, Deathloop.
That was the one I was thinking of.
So the whole premise, I actually was really interested in this one. I kind of wanted to play it. The whole premise is that they're mercenaries, or they're like mercenaries, assassins. They're like master assassins, and their entire goal is to kill each other. And they do this, but in kind of a similar Groundhog's Day style, where they just keep coming back and doing it over and over again. Sometimes the one guy wins, sometimes the girl wins, and didn't really see a lot of gameplay for it, but the premise sounded really cool. And
I'm suddenly reminded of the Mercenaries 2 trailer song from years ago.
Yeah.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, you didn't. Sucker tried to play me, but you never paid me.
But yeah, it looks really interesting. I definitely kind of want to give that one a check out.
Rip Pandemic Studios.
Alas.
Never get another Mercenaries, never get another Full Spectrum Warrior.
Oh well,
so,
some things can die. It's okay.
So we've got more Wolfenstein coming up. We've got Youngblood.
Wolfenstein Youngblood was the one they talked about last year, right?
Correct.
Yes. This is now we're talking about BJ's daughters. The two sisters
daughters.
that are That's what I meant to say. The two daughters that are sisters.
Yes,
Spit it out, Jimmy. Come on.
you can do it.
Yeah.
You need to get the family tree out.
Yeah, the two.
Go
the
watch
two,
that CGP Grey video.
Two uncles. No. But yeah, so that one looked interesting. I never really was into Wolfenstein that much, but it's much like Doom. There are games on my list that I need to play.
Now the other one was a mech VR game.
Yeah, which is still in Wolfenstein. In the Wolfenstein, did it have anything to do with Youngblood? I can't remember.
They didn't really talk about either one of them that much.
Yeah. Youngblood comes out soon, doesn't it? I think it's supposed to release fairly soon. Yeah.
July 26th, 2019. I just checked.
Yeah, so it's coming up quick. So yeah, we won't have
Next
to wait
month.
much longer for that one. Yeah. Oh yeah, and it's gonna be coming to the Switch, which I am more than okay with. I mean, it's not the most optimal way to play it, but I don't know if Red Button is handling the port or if they're handling it internally. But if Red Button's handling it, it's gonna be good enough. It will do. They've done a really good job with Doom and Wolfenstein 2. I believe they ported over. They don't look nearly as good, obviously, but those are the kind of games where you're running around so fast anyway that graphics don't matter as much.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be that great. It needs to be good, but mostly in terms of performance, not in terms of you stand there and look at something.
I think I might have said Red Button. I think I meant Panic Button. I'm not sure which one I said.
You said Red Button, I'm
You
pretty
said
sure.
Red Button. You did.
Yeah, I think Red Button was the people that created Sonic Boom. So let me retract everything I just said.
Oh, bye.
No, Panic Button is what I meant to say. They do really good ports for the Switch. They're not always the most pretty, but the fact that you can get them on the Switch and have them run at consistent frames is great.
Yeah, that's important
in my opinion. We can't forget about they showed us like amazing gameplay for Doom Eternal.
Oh,
It's more Doom.
it is more Doom, but it is so much more Doom. Oh, the mobility looks amazing.
Everyone
It
is
does.
doomed.
Yes, we are all
Yep.
doomed thanks to Doom. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm really excited for Doom Eternal. The original is excellent. It's going to be better with this. I'm sure about it. One of the things Bethesda or id Tech does well.
Yeah, I just felt like mentioning it because it is literally probably the most hyped game.
Oh
that they
yeah,
showed.
they had a lot of time
Everybody was talking about it, and I need to play the first one. I mean, I have some history with Doom. I played the second one when I was a child, and I shouldn't have. So I really need to go back and play the first one. Everybody praised it so much, and I just didn't
Like
have
the
the
very
time.
first one, or just Doom 2016.
The Doom
There
2016
you
is
go.
what I mean.
Yeah, the first one
yeah.
it'd be a bit of a slog. Not that it's bad, but you'd be like, wow, I can't aim up. Yes, you have to bind
no.
controls for that.
No, I've played 1 and 2, the originals, but
Good.
get them WAD files, boy.
All right, but that's about it for Bethesda. That was not the best conference, but good enough. At least for Doom. Doom was the big thing for me. Everything else was fun, but I was there for Doom, definitely.
Yeah, that was
After
definitely a
Wolfenstein
no-go.
2, I'm just kind of like I'm kind of happy with where we're at with Wolfenstein. Let's just be happy with it.
Yeah, but we can move on to the good old Ubi/Ubisoft, depending on how you like to say it.
Ubisoft.
All right,
Ubi.
you're fired.
Yashi.
But yeah, so it started out really strong. Temper your expectations. This is Ubisoft and Watch Dogs we're talking about. But Watch Dogs Legion looks pretty interesting.
The grandma thing.
It does.
So
The grandma thing was
funny.
hilarious.
I really hope.
It was.
Great.
Can you? My question is it going to be viable to play like that? Probably not. Will it be fun? Absolutely. Because if it's like you're like, I just got to infiltrate. Because I'm sure they'll make it like, who's going to suspect a grandma to go hacking things? Not many people.
Yeah,
I'm sure
yeah.
that's how they'll parse it.
So the whole big thing is that you're supposed to be able to recruit people and play as pretty much any NPC that walks around and talks around the city. which is a
And?
very lofty goal.
Yes.
Well, it's not too lofty.
Oh,
It
it's
is
lofty.
certainly doable.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Here's-
you're not getting a full backstory for everyone. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah,
No.
they want to make you think it is, but here's I've thought about it, and here's what's going to happen. There are like 5 or 6 main characters. We actually see their names in the trailer. There's going to be like 5 or 6 main characters that are integral to the story. The rest are just going to be kind of shoehorned in, and they might do a decent job of doing it. But the premise still looks fun. Just don't expect every single NPC to have a fully fleshed out story.
No, you're creating an army.
It's like real life. Not everyone has a
Legion.
full story either.
Yeah, but
What?
it looks really fun. I hear that like I played the first Watch Dogs and a lot of people crapped on it. It was an unoptimized mess on PC. I will say that.
Absolutely.
But I think the core was pretty fun, and a lot of people seem to like too. So this could be good. You just have to temper your expectations because.
The thing that I liked about it is it's actually permadeath too.
Yes.
Yeah, once you die, you have to choose another character.
Which this is something I've wanted to see for a while. I've had this idea, not necessarily with a game like this. I always thought it would be with like a shooter or something, where it focused on like a squad of guys and it had permadeath. Full Spectrum
XCOM.
Warrior 2 kind of did this. Well, not quite. It's just something I've been wanting to see for a while. This style of permadeath where
Play
you
the
don't
first XCOM.
lose everything. I shall do that.
Anyway,
But yeah.
It's coming
Yeah.
March 6, 2020.
Yeah. Add it to the list of March.
yep.
And March is marching on.
But so then they proceeded to talk about Tom Clancy games. They announced like a
They-
mobile one where they bring everybody together, including
Hey,
good old,
Sam Fisher. Remember when you were
Yeah,
relevant?
good old
like-
Sam Fisher.
It's like 5 Tom Clancy games peppered throughout this conference.
Yeah,
They were there.
There was a Ghost Recon.
Man,
Couple others.
I wonder what Tom Clancy would think about all this. He'd probably like it.
Yeah, he got a lot of money off it. Considering how there have been both good and bad Tom Clancy games, he's like, it's a lot of money. I'll write my books. You can use the name and whatever.
There's been good and bad Tom Clancy games. There's been good and bad Tom Clancy books. And I only know of one Tom Clancy movie. It was good.
Hunt for the Red October.
Huh?
Hunt for the Red October and others.
Yes. There's been others?
Yes. At least
shall
at
find
least
them.
one. That and Jack Ryan I hear on Amazon is good, but that's still off topic.
Yeah, but yeah, guys, I'm excited. Are you excited?
I might be excited.
Are you
I
excited?
am so excited I
Because-
could burst out and dance.
Because
Oh,
I
boy.
have a new game for my Wii guys.
It's
Bringing
called
it back out.
Just Dance 2020.
Heck yeah, guys. It's coming out for the Wii. I'm so excited. I get to dust it off and play it. Oh, man.
Is it really coming out for the Wii?
Yes,
It is.
It was shown.
It is coming
on
out for the Wii.
screen on Wii.
Not the Wii U.
The Wii.
No, the Wii.
Wii?
The Wii.
So, if you really think about it, it makes sense for the Wii and not the Wii U.
It
Because
does.
nobody bought a Wii U, and everybody bought a Wii.
Yep.
So, but still, a new game for the Wii. That is
question.
hilarious.
Is there anywhere you could still buy a Wii?
Yes.
Not new.
Yes.
Can you?
New, because not everyone bought the Wii Mini. Or whatever it
Oh
was
god,
called.
that abomination.
I never bought the Wii ever.
Well, that's because
The
you're
Wii
a
Mini
nerd.
was terrible because you can't even connect to the internet.
Shh. Don't worry about it.
I'll talk about that.
But yeah, so it's actually coming out. They did their whole thing where they have a bunch of colorfully dressed people come out and dance, and there's a panda.
Do you even need the
the
internet for Just Dance? I don't know.
No.
Maybe for DLC. But wait, if they do DLC and you have a Wii that's a Wii Mini, how do you get the DLC?
It's okay. If you like playing Just Dance, you probably own a Wii. So.
Yeah, and hopefully not a Wii Mini.
Just dance,
Yeah.
dance, dance.
Wii Mini didn't even have
All right.
HD out, or kind of HD out, whatever, like the component cords. Couldn't do any of that either.
Nah.
It was really stupid. Didn't have GameCube backwards compatibility. That was a really stupid system. Anyway,
Yes.
I bought the reason I know all this is because I bought one back in the day. thinking, cool, mine's on the way out. I'll just get a new one. I'll get one of these sleeker models. And then it didn't do anything. And I was like, why would you buy this? And then I returned it promptly.
Yep.
But yeah, so that's coming out. It's not really my bag. Again, I'm saying this a lot. Apparently, I hate video games.
Yeah. Why are you here?
I don't know, dude. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Later.
Moving on.
Bye, I'm leaving.
Bye. So now...
So, Chill, you want to talk about that roller skate game or just, move on to Square?
You mean... Or we could talk about... Well, it wasn't an E3, but we could talk about Planet Zoo. Because I know somebody who just left likes Planet Coaster. But he's gone.
Yes, I do love Planet
Coaster.
He's still
Planet
here.
Coaster as
But
well.
I'm back.
But there wasn't
I'm
an
back.
E3.
Why?
Yeah, no, I'm really excited for that one. Well, I mean, I say that. I never really played Zoo Tycoon, but I'd probably give it a shot.
I like Planet Coaster.
If the music,
I just wish I would play it.
if the music is, yes, there is that problem. But if the music
Yeah.
is at all as good as the original Planet Coaster, I'm all in.
Yeah.
The problem with Planet Coaster is I spend hours just on the park entrance, and then I get like,
Yep.
I want to play it, but I don't want to spend hours on a single roller coaster.
Yep.
And then I go play freaking something else.
But yeah, that looks really good. I mean, Frontier, they're great. They make good stuff.
Wasn't this a Ubisoft talk right now?
We are talking about Ubisoft. So Ubisoft announced another subscription service, just like a sea of other subscription services that I won't be buying.
Yeah,
Besides the
because
Game
they ain't
Pass.
gonna have anything.
Well,
Game
unless you
Pass
really
is
like
actually
Ubisoft.
good.
If you like Assassin's Creed, the you play U Plus thing could be good.
The thing is, Ubisoft doesn't have a strong enough lineup, so you could probably just get away with buying the games
Unless
individually.
you're a massive fan of Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, which I thought was hilarious because they started
Far
out the
Cry.
conference with like a big old like concert for Assassin's Creed, and then proceeded to show no Assassin's Creed other than like.
Yeah,
you know.
well, it was talking about the concert touring something,
Yeah, that was just for the concert tour.
Yeah,
which
But
is
anyways,
nice. Assassin's Creed got good music.
It does. But yeah, we could briefly cover discount Rocket League. I mean, Roller Champions.
Yes.
Rocket
Rocket, not
League.
Cars League.
They honestly probably would have had a better reception if they called it Discount Rocket League.
But I don't want to again kind of like the Overwatch looking one. I don't want to crap on it. It could be actually really fun. But
It's hard to
this is
compete with
another
Diva.
thing. There's another thing we're going to be seeing, which is Rocket League lookalikes, because Rocket League is the new hotness. So
Rocket League was the new hotness 3 years ago.
well, it's not the new hotness, but it's still pretty hot.
Yeah,
Hot
guess.
enough.
It's right there with GTA in terms of people playing it on Steam.
I mean, they got bought by Epic, so
Oh, they did? I missed that.
Oh, yeah, they
completely.
did.
That's
Yeah, Psyonix
unfortunate.
got bought out by Epic.
That's
so.
unfortunate.
Yeah, but anyways, I mean, it looks fine.
Guys,
I
you
would
ready
probably give it a
for
shot.
Rocket League exclusive on Epic Game Store? When is
Yeah.
Epic gonna make their own E3 conference? At the rate they're going with the store, they're gonna make their own conference, and that's unhappy. That's unhappy.
I'd expect more them to do what Nintendo does than have their own conference.
Maybe.
Epic does what Nintendo don't. But yeah, so let's go on to our favorite JRPG makers.
Square Enix, who
Squeenix.
actually
Or
who
NX.
actually opened up
Depending.
with something awesome. I believe you are looking forward to.
yes. Oh, I am super excited for Final Fantasy VII. Everything looks great. The graphics look great. The battle system may cause trouble for some. I think it's fine. If you want to have the original turn-based, just play the original. I just don't think it would work in such a modern style.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of iffy on it. I kind of agree with you. I don't like turn-based battles. I think they're silly outside of Pokemon. But
Which I don't get me wrong, I like the original. I like turn-based, but when you're doing the graphics as well and things like that, just making a turn-based seems kind of ridiculous.
it does, especially when this was really the JRPG conference, and I'm pretty sure all those other JRPGs had turn-based.
Yeah.
So you definitely
Yes.
got your turn-based feel this time around.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to it. The music sounds really good. I like the banter in while they're attacking. That's really fun. We got to see Tifa for the first time, which is great. We've seen like little teasers of Barrett and Cloud up until now, but this is the first we get to see of Tifa. This is also going to be, I guess, a new voice cast. It looks like returning voices aren't not coming back. Maybe some of them are. I'm not sure, but Cloud is not. Barrett is not, I believe.
Really?
Yeah, I know Cloud is not because the voice actor for Cloud just recently did a Twitter thing where he's like, "Hey, thank you for letting me be on this journey. There's a new guy, treat him with respect, et cetera, et cetera." So,
okay, good.
Passing the torch officially, so that was nice. He has a lot of respect for Square and everything, so that was good. But yeah, no, I mean, Cloud sounded fine. Barrett sounded fine. They sounded like
they sound good. I think they did it well.
Yeah, I kind of like this combo battle system. It's a battle system kind of reminiscent of 15, but then basically they incorporated a VAT system essentially.
Yeah.
Where you can build up the what's it called, the meter, the ATB, I think it's called.
ATP, yeah.
And once you do that, you can freeze time, and then you can do the things like you could in the old ones, like cast spells or do your limit breaks, which look awesome. And you can also add shortcuts so that you can do like spells on the fly and things like that. But if you really want to strategize, it's a good balance. So if you still kind of want your turn-based, but you also want a little bit, you don't want to be strictly turn-based, you can kind of do that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's kind of reminiscent in a like very loose way to like the Star Wars RPG games, Knights of the Republic. You had the option of like I mean, like it's a little different, but it's like in the sense that you can slow down and like think about what you want to do next.
Well, yeah, you can pause and choose your next move. Yeah, you can absolutely do that. But it's different because
you don't have the freedom to do that in Final Fantasy.
Well, in Knights of the Republic, you can't directly control the character and tell them attack like this and stuff like that. You can move them out of combat, but in combat, you choose their next move and stuff like that, whether it be a spell or regular attack and things like that. So it's not exactly the same.
Right, but it's like a similar concept of like if you really want to pre-plan out your attack, once that meter fills up, you can take your time and strategize a bit. But it looks really good. I'm really excited for it. Those special editions look real expensive.
Yes, they do. Much like we didn't talk about in the Bethesda conference, the Fallout or the
Doom Slayer helmet.
Yes, which they showed off.
That is probably going to come in a canvas bag.
Canvas, quote unquote.
I honestly don't even remember that, so it must have been the point when I wasn't paying attention.
Either way, the Final Fantasy packages look expensive, but I'm not a Final Fantasy person, and I've heard that Final Fantasy 6 is better than 7, but I have to say, 7 looks really good like this. I kind of wish 6 could be made a little bit like this, but I know that 7 is much more lent to this style rather than 6 being purely 2D sprites and everything.
They should just go back and make all the Final Fantasies over like this.
I can guarantee there's plans for that in some way.
It's starting with the early ones, because does anyone even remember the original Final Fantasies 1, 2, 3?
If you're old, you do.
I'm not that old.
Yep, we're not old.
And then we have the whole issue of Square releasing them out of order in America, which is great. Thanks for that.
Popularity sorting versus chronological sorting.
We also got the internet now that makes life a little easier in that regard.
Yes.
So we're gonna go ahead and kind of skip over. They announced Octopath for the Steam. That's cool. Whatever.
$60. Every review on it says it's good but too expensive.
Yeah.
Right.
One of the standouts. They did show a lot of JRPGs. The big standout, which I am not. This is not like something that I've played a lot of, but the Secret of Mana series.
Oh yes.
the big reveal that I don't think people were quite expecting was that, from what I understand, again, I'm not I've never played the Mana games, but they released a collection on Switch actually, like that day, of the Secret of Mana collection, which includes like the Game Boy game, I believe, the Secret of Mana game for the Super Nintendo, and then the big one, Seiken Setsu 3 is what I hear people call it, the third Mana game that never came over here, that they actually translated and brought over here. So for the first time officially in English, you can now play, I forget what it's called. Is it called like Trials of Mana? Something like that?
Something like that.
But apparently it was originally called Seiken Setsu 3, from what I understand. Again, not really the thing that I know too much about, but I've heard a lot of people say that's awesome. And they did that to lead into the fact that they are remaking Seiken Setsu 3 in 3D. So that's cool. I just thought that was worth noting because it is, it's an old game that never came out over here that they finally localized, which is great. I think any time you could do that, that is fantastic.
Waiting for
Mother 3.
Yeah, I was waiting for that to show up.
Bring us Mother 3, Reggie / now Bowser.
Yes, we'll get to that.
No, anyways, so Kingdom Hearts 3, they're adding they're adding DLC, not more DLC, they're adding DLC.
Yes.
This game's out. Is it out already?
Oh yeah, it's been out for a while. I've beaten it.
I honestly couldn't remember if it was out or not.
That surprises me.
It's this game, I mean 3. So I am a Kingdom Hearts fan. I've always been a Kingdom Hearts fan, and I will be the first to tell you that the story is convoluted and crazy.
They were on a lot of drugs when they wrote some of that.
The third one is both like satisfying to me, but also ridiculously confusing, as Kingdom Hearts games should be. There were many times during the game where I just had to be, this doesn't make any sense. You know what? Screw it. I'm along for the ride. Let's have fun.
Yep.
Once I started doing that, I had a lot of enjoyment from it. I've heard a lot of people both love and not love the game, and I can see why. You kind of just have to go with the flow and accept whatever crazy thing they throw at you. And once you do that, it's a good time.
And you better do it early because they're throwing a lot of crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, so this looks like it's going to be. It's not going to be in a necessary sense a addition to the like after you beat the game. It looks like it's going to be an addition to like right before you beat the game, judging by the setting and stuff. So it's just going to be like some supplementary, I guess, information to the ending, but it's not going to be a continuation from the ending.
I hope you rotated your saves.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that looks interesting. Basically, more confusion about who Organization 13 really is. Because
he's Sephiroth when he's younger.
Yeah. So I'll probably play it. I played all of it and beat it. So we'll see. It's all crazy at this point. It ends on a really crazy note. So yeah.
Alrighty.
But yeah, so they're upgrading Final Fantasy VIII apparently
with a 15 frame per second trailer.
Yay!
But yeah, it kind of looks like a PS2 game to me, but it originally was a PS1 game, so I guess that's an upgrade.
A technical upgrade, yeah.
Yes.
This is the one because this is the first Final Fantasy I remember.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm somewhat interested. Again, not a fan of turn-based combat, but somewhat interested in this. I probably won't play it though. There's so much to worry about. That one's gonna get shot out the airlock.
Ouch.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's 8 was never one I played, so I don't really have any say either way. But what I am interested in is the new Avengers game that they finally dropped information about.
Yep.
So we got good old Nolan North. We got good old Nathan Drake playing Tony Stark, and his brother Troy Baker playing Bruce Banner.
Yep.
It's not his actual brother, but they're basically brothers at this point.
Yeah, pretty much.
They play them on TV.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm pretty excited. Didn't get a lot of gameplay. It was mostly cinematic. I don't know if we got really any gameplay.
A little bit. Not like actual gameplay, but they showed off moments that looked like gameplay.
It's really jarring to me at this point. Like, I mean, but again, I never really was into the comics or things like that. You know, not that I wouldn't have been interested, but I just never got into them. But it's really jarring to see like almost a discount MCU Avengers. Obviously, they don't have the rights to use the likenesses of, you know, the MCU characters, and also they're doing their own thing. This isn't the MCU. But it's just weird after seeing them for so long to see these other Avengers that are like kind of like them, but not at the same time.
I am perfectly fine with them not using MCU likeness because I think all the MCU characters look great. I think they fit their parts well, but it's fine if you want to do it because they said like specifically we didn't look at the MCU when we were making this. We wanted to go off the source material just like they did. So it's just our interpretation of source material. It's like, all right, I fully support that.
I don't have a problem with it at all, because I mean that's just a comic book. That's just the way comic books go. I mean, even in the comic book world, you have consistent. You have different looks and different styles, different people playing different roles. So I'm fine with it 100%. It's just I'm just saying that it's weird.
It is.
It's kind of weird seeing after we've seen what seemed to be like the Avengers and things like that, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, these are the Avengers too.
Oh.
But I'm really excited to see what this game brings. We're in early looks now, so we'll see how it goes.
Hoping for more.
Yes, very much. So
Square was okay.
What's up?
Square was okay.
Yeah,
it was fine. There were some good little nuggets. Also, they announced. Oh wait, never mind. That's a different conference. My bad.
Continuing on.
Yeah, continuing on.
If you are a fan of JRPGs, this would have been the best conference of your life.
Oh yeah, it was good for that.
And I'm somewhat a fan of JRPGs. I think a lot of them rip each other off. A lot of them are the same. But I can get into the really good ones. I give this conference 5 lightnings out of 10 Farrens.
Thank you for that.
Yay. So, guys, we're almost done. We only have one major contender to talk about.
Are you telling me Sony didn't show up?
Yeah, Sony didn't show up. They're out of the game,
Cowards.
folks.
Yeah.
E3 is doomed. Chaos will ensue.
Traitor.
The apocalypse is now.
Apocalypse now. Yes.
That's
okay.
End of the world of the Electronic Entertainment Expo.
But no.
But I feel fine.
Yeah, I don't know. They may be back. They may not be back. Who knows? We'll see.
I hope they do.
/ equals dance.
No. I mean, times are changing, and there's no. I mean, let's be honest. There's no real reason to go to E3 anymore. But I think that E3 is just such a fun celebration of games that it should it shouldn't exist as it was supposed to exist, which is like a bunch of investors to get around and talk business to each other.
Because used to it was all the press show. You really didn't let anyone in except press, but now they let fans and everyone in. It kind of, in a way, I think it's turned into a convention. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, I think it should be. I think it should be using a business term. I think it should pivot to being a celebration of games and not so much like
the industry showing off
industry,
to each other.
Yeah.
Maybe put it in a different city.
Maybe
move it around a bit. I think it's good if they move it around a bit.
I think
if they go to the convention style, and they should, I'd move it around a bit.
Yes, but we'll get to that point, I think.
Yeah, this isn't the E3 Are You Dead or Are You Alive show.
Yeah.
Yes.
But now we get to talk about Nintendo. My throat is a little raspy, so that didn't come out quite as
Old
good
man.
as I wanted it to.
Yoshi.
Wahoo!
Mamma
Yeah,
mia.
so
Also, Mario is completely absent in this thing, so...
Well,
yeah, that is true.
His brother was there though.
Oh, yeah, that was good,
yeah.
though. Another Luigi's
Yes.
Mansion.
So yeah, we started out pretty strong with a Smash reveal that everybody saw coming. It's been hinted at. It's been teased.
It was mentioned in Square.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, people really it was all but confirmed for a long time that he was going to be the next character. It really was.
Android 17 from Dragon Ball Z.
Right.
Yeah, basically. No, Dragon Quest, the hero from Dragon Quest is
In his
What's
many
his name?
in many forms.
his name is Hero.
Yeah.
His name
Really?
is his name is.
Have
actually-
you seen
Wow.
all the forms he's in? That's not the same person. It's kind of the Legend of
I
Zelda
mean, he's just-
way of things, where it's the same person, sort of. It's
It's the
fated.
spirit of the hero.
Yeah, same fated
Yeah.
person.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie. When I was a kid, I thought that Dragon Quest was literally just a Dragon Ball
Game.
JRPG,
Yep.
like a legit with actual Dragon Ball characters in it. Yeah, no, that's apparently not the case.
Surprise.
But, I guess it just so happens that Toriyama worked on the art for that game.
Yeah.
He's got a style.
But yeah, no, that's pretty cool. I think a lot of people are excited for that. A lot of people are more excited for the next one, but we'll get to that at the end. So yeah, that's cool. I'm always up for some new Smash characters. I love Smash.
Yeah,
so-
I am in the market for a Switch, and I want to get Smash. I want to
Joker
be
is a lot of
smashed.
fun.
Oh dear.
Joker. Oh no. But yeah, Joker is a lot of fun. When they added him, Piranha Plant was also pretty fun, wacky.
PD Piranha.
So yeah, use the PD Piranha as a Smash.
Yes.
They have the Fatal Frame chick in there as a trophy.
Yeah.
You're waiting for that, aren't you?
Yes.
The real character. Put Fatal Frame in the game,
Yeah.
please.
That would be awesome. You know
They
what?
followed-
At this point, just put every character from every game in Smash.
We're heading that
Yep.
way.
Pretty much,
that would
yeah.
be awesome.
I think Sakurai couldn't handle that.
Probably not.
I'm still like, so technically, like, Bandai Namco works with them on Smash for, like, because they have like Pac-Man and things like that in it. So it's not outside the realm of possibility for us to get Goku. Just saying.
Yeah.
That just makes me want the Idolmaster characters in it.
Oh no. Gundam.
But that would be,
Gundam
in my opinion, that would be like the perfect final character if they did add it, and they probably never will because it's just been such a lofty goal. But like everybody has said, put Goku in Smash. So
Well, he was in that other game.
yeah,
Whatever game that was.
the J Stars, wasn't it?
Something.
He's been in a
Jump
lot,
Force.
but anyways, Jump Force. Yeah, I think he was in like J Stars too. I don't know. Anyway, they used that to also announce that Dragon Quest XI coming out in September.
There's really not much to say about that. But you know what there is a lot to say about?
Oh no.
Guigi.
Guigi.
Yes.
Man, the
Yeah.
R34 artists are going to go nuts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they will.
Well, so Luigi, we're talking, of course, of Luigi's Mansion 3. They announced a lot of information about it, including the return of Guigi. Guigi was a character that they added in the remake of the original Luigi's Mansion for the 3DS, I believe.
I couldn't tell you.
This is co-op, right?
There will be a
Yes.
co-op mode,
Yes.
but I don't think the main part of it is co-op.
Well,
Is it
you
local co-op?
You can play. I think you can play local. Someone plays Luigi and someone else plays Luigi.
Yeah, but
Okay.
there's like
Single-player
but
campaign.
there's a bigger the
And there's
single-player campaign,
multiplayer
but
like
then there's
co-op and competitive.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right. But it looks really good. It's going to be a hotel this time. I think it
Yes.
was.
Yeah,
correct.
it was a hotel.
So that'll be really cool. Luigi going Mario. But
Was Daisy in the trailer? I didn't see her.
Nope. No Daisy. rip off Peach discount.
Actually, I
was my
think
favorite.
she's better than Peach in a lot of ways.
She was my favorite character from the movie.
Yeah.
Yoshi was my favorite character.
Oh, please.
Oh, that movie. I both love and hate that movie at the same time.
That movie is not near as bad as people make it out to be.
It's awful.
It's awful, but it's not near as bad.
It's a so bad it's good movie to me.
It's awful.
Yeah, it's one of those movies where if it's on, you'll watch it. It's not a terrible watch.
It's
a
movie,
bad movie, but
it's a bad watch. Not like you'll hate it. You'll hate yourself for watching it, but just like, man, that was
I can
so
think of
bad.
worse movies to watch.
Yes,
which
there
I
are
guess is not a
genuinely
defense.
bad movies.
Yeah, but I digress.
Yes.
We digress.
So
The Dark Crystal is ready to give a whole new generation of kids nightmares.
Yay!
I was gonna say we get a creepy Jim Henson.
I found out recently there was a comic about the Dark Crystal series that apparently explains so much more about the lore.
Yeah. Well, we're getting a new Netflix series that's coming out soon. So
We are?
Yes, we are.
yeah, we are.
Oh,
This is
wow!
This
they
is
really,
obviously a tie-in to that.
You need
They
to
really
get
do
up
wanna-
from under your rock.
they really do want to give people nightmares.
Yes.
Yeah. So it looks like it's going to be a tactics game.
Yep.
So that should be interesting. We'll
Jim
see.
Henson's Fever Dream Tactics.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they also showed off a little bit more of Link's Awakening. It looks adorable. A lot of people love that game. I've played a little bit of it on my 3DS.
Cannot wait for it. It looks awesome. And Dungeon Builder.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
pretty sweet.
they're adding like you can collect dungeon rooms and then put them all together and
How do we
make
get
your
to,
own custom dungeon.
How do we get to pick which bosses in the dungeon?
It sounds like an exploit. It sounds very exploitable at this point. So
Yeah.
Because what if I want the mini boss to be the really tough boss and the big boss to be even tougher?
I mean, I'm sure there's that option. I'm just curious how they make it not exploitable at this point.
So a lot of people are going to be interested in knowing too that, or I mean, I'm sure they've already seen, but apparently we're finally getting a No More Heroes 3 game.
Yes.
Travis Touchdown returns again.
And says the only swear. Well, yes, he says the only 2 swear words are heard in the entire Nintendo conference.
Yeah, now that was nuts. There were swear words in a Nintendo conference. That kind of threw me for a loop.
Yep.
Nintendo is a changing.
Well, they're just
they
kind
were
of
really
admitting that
definitely-
we can't just be kid friendly. We have some non-friendly, kid friendly games like Doob now. So
Yeah, they definitely were pushing up like this direct. They definitely were kind of showing off like, hey, we're everybody. We cater to everybody, and I mean that's cool. That's good on you, Nintendo.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still surprised that they had the curse words on there because they are primarily known as a family thing, but like a family company.
Yep.
A family company.
yeah, family.
That's the public image.
Yeah, but I mean, they have definitely like they've got Doom, they've got Wolfenstein, they've got a lot of mature games on the Switch. So
Got some dating sims too, if I remember correctly.
Oh dear.
They've got like sexy Mahjong 3D or whatever.
We got
I don't know.
Bayonetta.
Yeah, but yeah. Oh, guys, are you excited to play Witcher 3 Potato Edition?
Oh boy. Yeah, that. I'm glad it's on there. It doesn't look great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so I feel like they really need to make sure that it runs at a 30. It's not going to run at a 60, obviously.
No, it's got to be 30.
But even if it looks like poop, I really think they need to make it run at a consistent 30. I mean, it's already going to look like poop.
Yeah.
If they make it look like poop and run like poop, nobody's going to want it. But if they can at least make it hit 30, it may look horrible, but hey, it's Witcher 3 on the go.
Yeah.
And Witcher 3 is a pretty long game. It might work on the go.
I doubt that.
If you have a very long commute.
a commute. If you're not driving, I suppose. But even then, I don't think that game lends itself to little like half-an-hour stints. Maybe a little
Get
bit,
a Tesla.
but
They're ahead of their time.
right.
All I know is I can't wait for Cyberpunk 2077 on the Switch. Heck yeah.
Yes,
It's gonna be awesome.
looking like a whole sack of potatoes.
So another thing they announced, which was kind of a surprise, it looks like they're bringing back Panzer Dragoon.
For those of you who know, that game is great. It is great.
It looked good. It looked fun.
Yes,
Yeah,
Panzer Dragoon is a really fun game for a basically what amounts to an on-rail shooter, but just the way it's made. It's because on-rail shooters can be really boring sometimes. So Panzer Dragoon Orta was exciting and fun and unique. So I'm excited to see that. I don't have a Switch, but I do think that looks great. I'm hoping it kind of spreads out from Switch.
Yeah. They did make a very quick mention, I think, but like they didn't really too much because it's already like they did a Nintendo Direct on it earlier. But Mario Maker 2, that's coming out this month, very soon.
Yes.
I'll be getting it. I'll be playing it. And word on the street is that Nintendo's actually listening to fans, crazy enough, and will be making a patch to make it to where you're actually going to be able to play online multiplayer with your friends instead of just randos. So that's good.
A unique thing. I don't think anyone's ever done that.
No, completely brand new.
So I don't know if you guys knew, but the big stink was that they said, hey, we're adding an online mode too, but you're not going to be able to play with your friends.
Why?
Then what's the point?
Yeah, that's exactly. Like Nintendo is like so innovative in certain ways and then so backwards in other ways. It's crazy.
Do they have a 3.5 millimeter jack?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's the thing I just wanted to quickly throw in there. I think there was another thing that I wanted to Sword and Shield was also
no show
talked about.
Well, it was there. It was there, not really that much.
Right. We had the Direct on. I was really hoping that they would announce the evolutions, but they didn't, unfortunately. Oh well. But they did show it off at the Treehouse, so it looks really fun.
Yes.
Really excited for that one.
They also showed off what I think is the real highlight of their show, and that is Empires of Sin.
Yeah, that was kind of a standout. Not that it was. I don't personally think it looks amazing, but it's top-down Godfather.
Yeah. And the jazz music, I can get behind that.
Jazz.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
more like big band for that era, but either way.
Yeah. No, that one looked really good. Interested to see what that's like. And then this game, which is out now at the time of recording, Cadence of Hyrule.
That's out now. Oh, baby.
Get it?
I don't have a Switch.
Oh, wait, you can't get it.
Switch.
What a loser.
I've been tempted to get it. I never played the original.
You
I
should just
played,
get it.
never beat Crypt of the Necrodancer, but it is really good. It's got probably one of the best soundtracks in games. It's good.
Do you think that I should just skip the original and go straight to Cadence of Hyrule? Do you think it will matter?
I don't think there's any story crossover there.
I don't think
Cool.
so. No.
Because I want to
You can go
jam out
straight.
to some Zelda tunes.
Do it.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Right.
That said, I still recommend Crypt of the Necrodancer, but is it on Switch?
Yes.
I think they added it to Switch, yeah. But Cadence of Hyrule looks amazing. You even get to play as Link or Zelda, so that's really cool.
Yeah.
So that's out now. They announced that it would be coming out a couple of days after they had their conference. So, yeah, I may have to pick that up then.
Yeah, please pick it up. Let me know how it is. And one day when I get a Switch, it will be one of the first things I buy.
Yep.
Now, I've been wondering this since the announcement trailer, Cadence and Hyrule, but is there a possibility we could get Cadence and Smash?
I think it'd be pretty awesome, actually. Although I wonder how you would translate her timing mechanics. I guess you could just be like you have to have a timing for your attacks.
I think she would be better almost as like an assist trophy, honestly.
No, she wouldn't. I want to play as her.
I think she'd be cool as an actual character. I agree. Assist trophy would become kind of like, yay, we reference and this exists. But I think as a character, but partly because, mostly entirely because of the timing mechanics. I just wonder how you would fit a timing mechanic kind of character in that, because the game already relies a bit on timing in the sense that you choose frames, you have to count frames essentially, and things like that to do your attacks properly, and you know how long some certain animations are. So with someone who's timing based, how do you choose that timing? If you choose timing, either way.
Actually, I know you guys are going to shoot me over this.
I'm getting my gun right now.
Okay. I've actually never played a Smash game.
I need 3 guns.
It's fine.
Well,
it's fine.
I need to
it's
say that.
fine. It's fine. Fine.
Look, the last last Nintendo console I had was the frickin' N64, all right? What do you want from me?
The original Smash Brothers, which is easily the best in my opinion.
You know what gaming was like back then? You were there.
I was there, and I still had Smash on 64, and it was amazing.
Well, I didn't. I had a handful.
I'm not advocating emulating without buying the game, but you can easily play the game on emulators. So
I'd rather just get a Switch and
PlayStation.
I'd rather just get a Switch and play the new one. I have to say that because I want to ask: does Smash have a combo system of some kind?
No.
I know you were saying with the frames.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, not really.
If it had a combo system, then I could think of a real easy way you could implement Cadence's timing, but never mind.
Don't worry about it. You got to play Smash to understand.
Yeah, no, if you get a Switch, definitely get Smash. In my opinion, it's one of the better iterations of the recent Smash games. So.
It's a must-buy just on that main menu music alone.
Mm-hmm.
And for the next game, if you're really into chilling out and not beating up everyone you know, you could play Animal Crossing.
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. I love Animal Crossing. And this one looks so cool because it's literally... like in every Animal Crossing, you come into town. You know, you're helping the town grow. It's a small little town, and you're trying to make it into like a thriving metropolis. This game puts you on a deserted island. You're literally making your town from scratch, scratch.
With Tom Nook funding you with 49,800 bells.
Well, you know what? Tom Nook is evil, so
he is in the most
Tom
benign way.
Tom Nook is evil, Katie is a terrorist, and Isabel's a commie.
All right then. I'm really hoping that Isabel comes back for this one. We haven't seen in hide nor hair of her, but I really
she's too busy getting beaten up.
So yeah,
we need more commies.
I don't know. I'll miss my little assistant. But yeah, no, there's going to be a crafting system now, which honestly kind of makes sense for this type of game. I'm kind of cool with that.
Yeah.
You're actually going to be able to make roads for the first time instead of like painting them, which is great.
I can make roads instead of throwing down buckets.
You can actually put your decorations outside of the house, which is really cool. I'm sorry, I'm just a huge fan of Animal Crossing.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's such a chill,
we all have our
game.
guilty pleasures.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's looking really cool. I am scared of the design aspect because they did something really great on the 3DS, which makes sense because you had the dual screens. I still think it could be done on a single screen, but they introduced a game called Happy Home Designer, which is a very just a spin-off. There's really not that much to it. I got it for cheap when it went on clearance, and it's a fun little game, but the whole premise is like you're building rooms for people, and it used the bottom screen to allow you to just like tap and move things and bring things out at will and just like decorate really quickly. Well, the Animal Crossing games, you've always had to like walk up to a thing, hold down a button to grab it, move it around the room. This made it so much easier, but it looks like they might be going back to the old way of doing things. I'm not excited about that. I really think that you should just go, like, whenever you go, like, there should be a place or a button you can push when you're in a room to just activate a top-down view where you can just rearrange things, and
Well, hopefully so.
that'd be that. They might do it though. I mean, they're still early in development. They unfortunately had to
Not
push
that
it
early.
back. Not that early, no. But they were originally hoping for this year, and then they had to push it back to next year, which apparently, according to some news that I've read, has made investors very not happy.
Well, they can get fracked.
I agree.
Apparently, Nintendo's lost a lot of money, or a lot of, I guess, their shares.
I don't mind that so
but-
much because their reasoning for that was that we don't want to jump into this crunch for releasing a game.
Yeah.
And I like that.
And that's great. I don't like the whole idea of crunch. When you get into something like BioWare with Anthem, and they believe that like crunch is where the magic happens, it's like, all right. No,
I
it
see
doesn't.
the point of crunch, but not when you take it to the extreme that it's been taken to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Particularly
But yeah,
pushing BioWare to make this something they didn't originally intend.
But yeah, coming 2020, I cannot wait. I've been so
The usual
excited.
March.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have a lot to do in March.
Yes, you will.
We all are, I'm pretty sure.
I won't be able to talk to you. I'll be like, all right, Jimmy's gone for a month.
Yep. So the next reveal drove everyone absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
And maybe bolts.
Yeah, nuts and bolts.
Well,
Do you see what I did there?
Ah.
Everyone hates that game.
Birds of a feather.
We got a reveal that there's going to be new skins for the Duck Hunt dog in Smash.
I
Yeah.
can't bear it.
No. So it was a really clever nod. They had all the DK people there, and a clever nod to Rare, which was great.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, they're cool watching TV. Then all of a sudden you see a Jiggy go by. Yeah, so it turns out Banjo and Kazooie
Yes, together.
are coming to Smash at long last, which doesn't, I mean, it's not super surprising because Nintendo and Microsoft have been working so well together. And I read an interview with Phil Spencer, and Phil seems like a really cool guy. He talked about like how it was a no-brainer, like how it made the most sense. Banjo-Kazooie grew up on that platform, and it means a lot to Nintendo. So he was like, it didn't even have to think twice about it. Like it was just meant to be.
Absolutely.
So I'm really happy that they worked with them. It'd be kind of cool if they worked with them to get the original Banjo-Kazooie's games like on the Switch. I think that'd be cool. Probably not going to happen, but that'd be cool.
Yeah, Rear Replay won't happen on Switch, but it would be nice to get those released on Switch. We'll see.
But it would be awesome if it did happen on Switch.
Yeah, Rear Replay
But
on
I
Switch
find
would
it-
be nice.
You know what? I wouldn't say it's impossible because a lot of freaking things I thought would never happen have been happening lately.
Yeah, I think. Well, see, what I think is happening is that like the video game, like the console makers are starting to realize that their boat is kind of slowly sinking, so they really need to work together as much as possible to keep their boat afloat.
Boat afloat.
PCs are becoming more and more mainstream, and it's becoming easier and easier to just use them. And so I think they're really like, okay, we need to work together to keep this whole
Well,
thing.
not only
That
that,
and as younger and younger generations are getting more and more tech savvy, so people can keep their PCs running for longer.
not only that, it's that as the big things happen with the whole Fortnite thing where Sony says you can't merge accounts and stuff like that, and other things, just anything related to that where it's anti-competitive. They make exclusivity, so much exclusivity. They're like, we need to really cut down on that because it mattered back in the day when we were less connected. You bought your thing, you had it. You can't really play with other people anyway because we couldn't do it. These days, cross-play is a thing, and cross-platform work can happen all the time. It's so much easier. Yeah. It's not hard. It's not easy, but it's you can make it happen much easier than you could in the past. So they're like, we need to make players come in, enjoy their games. I'm sorry, I'm taking over. Enjoy the games with their friends, and really, really, it doesn't matter who gets it sometimes because this is a multi-platform thing. We just want to enable people to enjoy their stuff and like us because you keep a customer, you keep them. They pay more money to you. That's great.
Repeat business.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Basically,
definitely Microsoft and Nintendo are definitely working really well together right now.
if you think you announce something and you think the entire customer base is going to ask the question of why, probably think about it a bit more.
Yes.
Yeah. But I'll drop a fun fact on the Banjo-Kazooie reveal. I was reading another article about Grant Kirkhope, the composer for the original Banjo-Kazooie game. And he actually did the music this time around, which is actually...
For the trailer?
For the trailer and for the game.
Oh, for the level.
Yeah, which is quite interesting because he actually mentioned how he didn't think he would it was crazy when they contacted him because they always have their in-house people do the remixes and do
for
the,
Nintendo,
the songs. So this is like one of the rare cases where they actually had the original composer, but they really liked what he did with Mario and Rabbids. He apparently did the music for that.
Ah, I see.
Or did some.
And so
music
he was
for that.
he's already a contact on the list anyway, since he worked with that.
Yeah, so they apparently really liked what he did. But yeah, no, I've listened to I think on their Japanese site you can listen to the Banjo-Kazooie level music, and it's a really nice nod to both the theme and he sprinkles in little bits of other levels in the song. So it's really cool. Grant Kirkhope is a really cool. His music starts to kind of sound a little samey, but it's good music. So.
It is good music, actually. I like the Banjo-Kazooie music.
Both him and Wise, David Wise.
Don't know.
I believe.
Don't know.
The other composer that worked on I think he worked on the DK games.
Oh, that was good music too.
Oh yeah, he did Snake Pass too, which is another good soundtrack.
Yeah,
but anyways, I digress. So another little teaser that we got that drove people crazy, just at the very end.
One more thing.
Is that they're working on a Breath of the Wild sequel, and I cannot wait. Breath of the Wild. I mean, I'm just gonna say it. In my opinion,
No.
you don't have to have the same opinion as me.
I will disagree. I think
that this game, Breath of the Wild, to me, knocked Ocarina of Time out of the water.
Yep. I'm disagreeing with you.
I'm both agreeing and disagreeing with you.
Okay.
I think that we can't hold the same standard that Ocarina of Time is the best game for all eternity. And that being said, let me preface this. I know it doesn't matter. People are still probably going to hate me right now. I think Ocarina of Time, especially the 3DS remake, is a masterpiece in its own right. So I'm not saying that Ocarina of Time is trash or overrated even, because it does deserve the praise that it gets, especially for what it was at the time.
And someone just threw a brick through my window. Thank you for that.
Yay!
But that also being said, I don't have any nostalgic value with Ocarina because I had a PlayStation growing up.
Yep.
So my playthrough of Ocarina was with the 3DS remake. And I really enjoyed it, and I really do think that it deserves the praise that it gets. But for me, that magic moment with Zelda was with Breath of the Wild. Even though I've played a lot of Zelda games previous, it was just a beautiful game. Not a perfect game. No game is perfect.
Yeah. But me getting to the Breath of the Wild, so many of the systems they introduced were cool, but got really frustrating after a while. The early game was really frustrating just to start out, so I kind of gave up. Because early game in other Zelda games is, you slowly build up. You don't lose things. You're slowly always building up. It felt a lot more like in Breath of the Wild. You're always losing things. The weapons always break and stuff like that. You're always constantly on the search for new things and constantly having to survive. And for a newer game, I get that. I don't think the Breath of the Wild is bad at all. It's just, for me, starting out the early game, coming from the nostalgic of one of my very early games that I really enjoyed was Ocarina of Time, and it blew me away.
Yeah.
So that's just me.
Yeah.
And I'm sure people who disagree.
Yeah, and the point I'm really trying to make is that that was it for me, but it's different for everybody, and I still think that games like Ocarina or Majora, they are masterpieces in their own right, and they're perfectly deserving of what they get. But that may not be the Zelda that may not be your Zelda.
Yeah.
you're entitled to have your own
Of
Zelda.
course.
Your own Zelda could be Link's Awakening.
Or Minish Cap.
That's cool. Yeah,
Minish Cap
that's
was really
cool.
good.
Like,
Or the first
I think
one
it's-
if you're a masochist.
I think it's actually really cool to say that, like, I have a different Zelda than you do. I have a different Zelda than
Oh yeah,
clicks with
the
me. I think
different
that's really
experiences
cool.
are all valid and fun.
But like, it's definitely looking spookier this time around. People are saying, comparing it to like a
Yeah,
Majora's
that was
Mask.
straight up horror. Ganon's just like, hey, do you remember? Did you see that? What's it called? State of Decay. Did you see that State of Decay trailer? Yeah. Hey, I just came from that.
Hey, I'm a skull now. I'm a creepy skull man.
Hey man, what's up?
So,
Since you two didn't hush long enough for me to get a word in edgewise, I'd just like to say
Oh,
my
sorry.
opinion.
Hit me.
With the Breath of the Wild v Ocarina of Time. I said I both agree and disagree with you. And I'm thinking the reason is Breath of the Wild was a very, very different Zelda. It had a lot in common with the first one in the sense that it was really open.
Oh yeah.
And I think for that particular style, definitely the best. Not that there have been very many Zeldas with that particular style. But if you want a more linear style Zelda, and Ocarina of Time was sadly very linear, I think it could do with being a bit more unlinear. But I definitely think Ocarina of Time and Majora are still the number one in that regard.
Yeah, Twilight Princess wasn't like as good. Wind Waker was better than Twilight Princess, but Twilight Princess definitely did good for a more compelling story. Really tried for that.
More serious, more...
While still being linear and having that style. But Ocarina of Time still wins out in terms of content and the amount of things you can do.
I think pacing is a really good one, too.
True,
with Ocarina.
correct. But in any case...
Breath of the Wild definitely is really good if you value that more open style. And I think there's
Yes.
room for both in the Legend of Zelda series. So...
Right.
yeah, I'll put it to you this way, and like, I mean, which doesn't really bear on anything, but like, I played Ocarina and I enjoyed it, and I played like 30-40 hours of it, put it down, and I was content. It was a really fun story. I enjoyed it.
Right.
I've sunk almost 200 hours into Breath of the Wild, and
For as big a
like,
game
that's-
as Breath of the
it's
Wild
a different
is,
game. It's a different game style. So that,
Right.
like, I'm not saying
You can't jump
but-
back into Ocarina of Time after you finished it and find something. Well, you can find new things, but there's a very
that might
finite
be-
amount of things.
That might be why I like it
You know
so
what?
much, is the
I've been-
fact that there is, there's always a potential reason to go back and play more if you want to.
Yes.
But yeah, all this to say, I am really excited about the sequel to Breath of the
I
Wild.
really hope they fix early game, because I would definitely. I like Breath of the Wild. I really do. Just early game was so rough. I really hope they fix early game.
maybe
I know they're
instead
not
of-
going to.
Maybe instead of having the swords break, how about they do less damage as they get dull?
Something like that. Either way, just
Like-
make early game a little less jarring in terms of having to constantly manage inventory.
I kind of wish, in a sense, I kind of wish that Zelda was actually like along for the ride with you this time. I know
Which
she's not.
is-
She looks like she's about to get captured,
I hope that
as she
comes
always
along.
does.
I really hope she
It
does.
would
It's
be
really-
neat if she comes
it's-
along. I hope she's more like Petra.
I really liked like the interactions between Link and Zelda and Breath of the Wild. I think they were really cute, and just seeing them adventuring together at the beginning of this
Just
trailer was
cute?
really cute, and I really liked it.
Just cute. They're not.
mean, what do you want
they're,
from me,
They're
man?
not supposed to be together, silly.
They are in my world, okay?
All right, headcanon boy.
I ship it.
All right, get out of here. It's always the farm
so-
girl. Always the farm girl.
It's always Milan.
Yes. Anyway,
It's always the cuckoo.
I
Cuckoo.
do.
It's the bomb chew girl.
No.
Yeah.
I do want to see them adventuring together. I think that would be fun to have Zelda
would be.
not just be this side
I mean,
character.
even if they're not, necessarily supposed to be like, together, I really still think their dynamic is
I
cute.
like it. It's if you played Skyward Sword, it's really awesome. Like the amount of immersion in that whatever you want to call it, they're really cool. A really good relationship building in Skyward Sword between Zelda and Link. really cool.
Yeah.
That's a game.
But yeah, I think we've we've pretty much talked to the point of making a full length featured film. So
Yeah. What's the
my
Nintendo
count
rating
is
here?
2 hours 12 minutes. I give Nintendo. In fact, you know what? I give the entire E3 7 Legends out of 10 Zeldas.
That's pretty accurate. Pretty good
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
not,
it was
not
it was
enough.
good. It wasn't mind blowing, but it suffices.
Yes, covers the
It-
bases.
It was sufficient.
Correct.
Oh,
It had some good moments. Nothing really mind blowing, but some good moments. It was sufficient.
Lots of interesting things in the pipeline.
Keanu was there. It was the best.
Yes, we're having some gun kata in Cyberpunk 2077.
But yeah, no, I quite enjoyed it. I didn't quite get to keep up with it live as I used to in the past, but no, it was kind of interesting to, like I said before, to finally have a foot in pretty much every race this time around, having every console that I've collected over time.
Yep.
It was because this is, like I said, this is the first year that I actually had an Xbox One, so kind of excited. I'm excited to try out the new Game Pass games. So
Yes, I think that's really exciting, all the Game Pass stuff.
yeah, and I can't wait to see what Sony has to announce in their Days of Play event.
When is that?
We'll see.
Oh, yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna go buy Cadence of Hyrule. I guess.
Yes, you should.
You do that.
new best Zelda game.
Yep, there you go. Breath of the Wild, garbage. Cadence of Hyrule,
Cadence of
guys.
Hyrule, best Zelda game. Don't at me.
Cadence.
Oh, dear.
Cadence is best girl. Don't at me.
But yeah, I do think it's about time we wrap it up.
Oh,
thanks,
boy.
guys, for having this conversation with me. It's been a long time coming. A lot of technical difficulties that you guys haven't
We experienced
seen, but
together.
They were there.
Basically, Jimmy's internet died
I'm
for a
really
week.
disappointed that I didn't get to go to the E3 experience that Sony always does.
Well,
That,
used to
that
do.
was a little sad. Yeah, used to do, but nonetheless, had a good time. Had a good talk. I have to go edit this now, so if you need me, I'll be crying in a corner.
With your new Razer laptop
Waiting for Cadence of Hyrule to load on my Switch.
for your break. Like, yes, I can finally stop. And then try to keep up time and save Hyrule in time.
Yeah.
With the
It's
music
3
and
a.m.
an
Wait a
awesome
minute.
remix of Tall Tall Heights.
But yeah, guys, thank you for thank you to both Chill and Country Flyboy for taking the time to talk about this stuff.
Of course.
Yeah.
Country Flyboy.
Flyboy, you still alive?
Can you hear me?
Kicked the bucket.
Hello.
Oh, there he is.
There you are.
Yeah. Weird. Yeah.
broke.
I said yeah.
Okay, didn't hear you. Sorry about that. But yeah, thanks guys, and thanks to you, the listener, if you made it this far.
All 5 of you.
Holy cow!
Can we give you a hug?
Congratulations.
I will
yeah.
give you a hug. I don't actually know. Wait, I don't hug people. Hugs cost money. You want a hug from me?
What?
It's $5.
No. All right. You don't get a hug from him. I'll give you 2. I'm chill like that.
I'm not.
But yeah,
I
we've
like my
drawn it out
personal
enough.
space.
That's
Until next year, until next E3. Thank you for
Bon
listening.
voyage.
I am Jimmy the Stash.
I am Country Flyboy.
You're breathtaking.
I'm
Thank you,
Scruffy.
Chill.
You're welcome. You're all breathtaking.
Good night, everybody.
We have a city to burn.